If you want us to fight bare hand, bare knuckle, then let's fight bare knuckle. If we have to fight in a 4-ounce glove, but don't be tricky. Don't do some tricky
So it's Male Sport Boxing here. I'm joined by Francis Ngannou. We are in Saudi Arabia on Fight Week. How are you feeling, Francis?
I'm feeling good, feeling fantastic. And you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, not too bad. So the first time we caught up was in London for the first official press conference. That was the first time you kind of saw Tyson Fury and witnessed his character. What did you make of his personality?
It wasn't the first time, actually. I have met him in the Wembley Stadium when he fought Dillian White. I was even in the octagon, and he had some joke for me.
He's a man of many jokes. That is something he is known for, and something he did a lot on stage with you in London. What did you kind of make of the big persona he put on?
I know he's just a persona, and I didn't pay so many attention of his joke or his persona because I know the athlete that he is. I know the boxer that he is.
Do you think that he tries to do that larger than life persona to try and play down his abilities and kind of lure you into a false sense of hope, maybe?
Yes, I do believe that, and that's what I said that day. You know, that maybe he won't get me low my guard. He won't get me focus on his body, on his physique, or whatever it is. You know, I have been watching him for years now, so I know.
And
how
you
kind of boxer
you said
he
that
is.
that you've been watching him for years. When you have watched him, what sort of things have kind of stood out to you, and what do you think of him as a fighter?
Well, I think he's great. I think he's the best out there, arguably. And that's the reason why I was focusing on him. You know, it's been 4 years since I called this fight, knowing that it's going to be a big challenge for me.
You called this fight, as you said, about 4 years ago, and you were confident it would happen. A lot of people didn't think that this would actually happen. Why were you so confident?
Well, where wouldn't I be? I have a right to be confident. I have a right to dream, to believe. And then even if it didn't happen, I have a right to be wrong. So I just use my right.
And you are confident, but you are going into this fight as the underdog. Do you enjoy being the underdog?
I always been an underdog, so get to enjoy it at this point. Yes, I always been an underdog in life in general. So it's nothing new for me.
You said there about in life in general that you've always been an underdog. Do you think that everything that you've been through, the hardships you've had, has made you even more resilient and a harder fighter?
Yes, I do believe that because he was all about resilience. My life was set up to prepare me for this kind of like battle. You know, I have to learn. I have to stand up every time and every time. You know, to build that resilience, that determination over and over, and that's the only reason why I'm here today.
And having grown up in Cameroon, what was it that kind of inspired you to fight in the first place? Where did you first see fighting and think, I want to do that?
Well, I first knew that I wanted to become a fighter, even ever watch a fight. It was just something that I like it. It was just my something innate in me. I can't even explain, but as far as I can remember, everything related into combat sport was a passion for me.
Yeah. And, you know, we'll see you on the weekend in action. I can't wait. In terms of the fight itself, Tyson has said that he wants to knock you out within 6 rounds. What do you make of that prediction, and what are your thoughts on the fight?
Well, he has a right to make his prediction as he wants, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's actually my own prediction.
Okay, turning the tables on him.
Yeah, turning the tables on him.
And in terms of the build-up to this fight, now you've been training with Mike Tyson. We spoke to Mike over in Las Vegas for your training camp. What has it been like having him in camp with you?
It's very inspiring. It's very motivating. If you have spoke with him, as you said, you can find out how wise Mike Tyson can be, the wisdom, the philosophy that he has about life is quite interesting, and this despite his skill as a boxer, which is for me the greatest of all the time, the best heavyweight of all the time, because to have a heavyweight move like him and do everything that he does, very fundamental. He's quite impressive, and since him, I haven't seen anybody do like that.
And one of the biggest things people are talking about ahead of this fight is your punching power. Now, if you take your build compared to Tyson's build, it's very different. But one thing fans are slightly concerned about is the fact that because you're so muscular, it might slow you down when you're in the ring. Do you think that that's something you've had to account for and something you've had to train against?
Well, just as a reminder, it's the same physique that I've been having, and I managed to become a world champion with. So I haven't changed the way that I'm built for this fight. So it's the same way. So if I have managed in the past to get here, so I think I can manage as well to move forward with it.
And that punching power is deadly. And if you can catch Tyson Fury, everyone's saying that you could knock him out. Now, we saw Deontay Wilder manage to knock Tyson Fury down, but he didn't manage to finish the job. What makes you think you can when he couldn't?
Well, first of all, if Deontay Wilder punches, he wasn't accurate at 100%. Yes, he knocked Tyson down, but he wasn't. That punch, I don't think he landed the proper way. And secondly, I think if he's mine, he will be slightly different.
And if you do catch him and he does go down, but he manages to get back up, what else do you have in the locker that you can use against him if the knockdown doesn't work?
Then just keep sending him down. I know he's a man of 7 lives, but I'll keep trying.
And even though Tyson doesn't have the six-pack and the muscles as per se, he does last very well. He's got great fitness. Do you think he's more dangerous coming to the end of the fight?
I think he's dangerous throughout the entire fight. Like at any moment, he's dangerous. No coming to the end or being at the beginning, he's dangerous, yes.
Mm-hmm. And during camp, Tyson announced that he's got a fight with Usyk scheduled in for December 23rd. You took to Twitter.
I think this is the first time that I heard that December 23rd. They say sometime by. Which was very smart, by the way, because he was good to give that fight a big gap, because we don't know what's gonna happen this weekend. So he's wise to wait until make any decision.
Well, before we touch on that, I just want to ask, you came onto Twitter afterwards and said, he has to get through me first. Were you slightly irritated that got announced before your fight?
No, I wasn't irritated. I think this usually happens in boxing. In MMA, you will not have this more often because people get injury, a lot of injury into fight, even when they win. You can win a fight with a broken hand and need 6 months, 9 months to go heal up, or with a torn in knee. So that in boxing that doesn't happen often, so people tend to schedule a fight. They tend to have a yearly calendar, and I didn't take that didn't irritate me. Basically, since it was a fight that's supposed to happen before me, so at the end of the day, I was a winner in that situation. The Usyk fight has to fall out in order for my fight to happen. Then they are playing that fight backward, so I have no problem with it. Okay. I'm very happy for them to do their stuff after me.
But a loss to you would really derail that fight, wouldn't it, don't you think?
What do you say?
If he loses to you, that could potentially derail that fight for Usyk.
Even if he wins, that fight is still not at this level. So no matter what, that's why he couldn't irritate me. I mean, I get the bigger cake.
And we heard you talking about Tyson Fury's gloves, that you have some concerns around them. What are those concerns and how are you going to stop that?
Where a lot of people that he have fought has raised that issue, and that's why I was like, I don't know if it's a fact, if it's true or not, but we have to double check because it needs to be equal. If you want us to fight bare knuckle, then let's fight bare knuckle. If we have to fight in 4-ounce gloves, then let's fight in 4-ounce gloves, but don't be tricky. Don't do some tricky
Other tricky stuff that you've spoken about is that Tyson Fury is apparently requested for the biggest ring possible. How did you hear about that? And do you think that that's because he wants to stay away from you and keep it distance?
I didn't hear. I saw it in the contract.
Okay. What do you think about that? What is it?
Listen, at the end of the day, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a fight. It could be in a football field or in the phone booth. We're going to fight. And it's going to be a tough fight. That's what I know.
And just looking ahead to the weekend, we're expecting a lot of famous people to be ringside watching. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of them. We saw that he gifted you a watch. Is that the watch you're wearing right now?
Yes.
It's very nice. Can you tell me about how you got that?
No, it's my secret. It's my secret.